morning, good afternoon, and good evening, whenever and wherever you and welcome back to the beta plan, playing once again Planescape Torment. And well, we know the legacy of Dianora, and we know of my legacy. We have a few things to collect here at the Advocate. I have some questions, if I may. Where is it? And this is the sensory stone we can ask about, but I want to... Legacies, yeah. Actually, I believe you have a legacy for me. The legacy number is 51AA, I believe. Written in the language of Uyo. He looks at you in surprise as you name the legacy. That's extremely old. Are you certain? A shocked look comes up in his face. I hope that wasn't one of the ones that were burned. Can you see the legacy still exists? We know of the burning. Because this place was burned to remove all documents. Gee, I wonder than that. He nods quickly. Oh yes, of course, it will take a moment. As my old self said that he wanted to burn it. Yes, fortunately it was unharmed by the fire. All the articles are safe. Could I collect it? I'm its beneficiary. Of course, sign here and here on the dotted line. There and there? Alright. There we are. That should be the last of the paperwork. Here are all the items that were in the vault. One looks like a foundry receipt. Quite an old one to be sure. Did the deceased have something commissioned at the foundry? Oh, I don't know, really. Perhaps. I begin to think that just about anything is possible. Well, we don't need to know where the foundry is. We know it. We need a receipt to get inside, and all of a sudden we have that receipt. Well, you know. And, there's actually, however, more things you can help me again, because I have to come to collect the legacy of a young woman. Indeed, very well. Do you remember the legacy number? The young woman's legacy is 687KS. Ah. It seems you spoke true. My daughter was known to you then. He sighs. Hold a moment and I will see what was left to you.
I couldn't carry anymore, so I had to drop it.
All the articles are accounted for. Janus holds 3 scrolls in his hand. I had no idea that she had established a legacy here. He's staring at the items, almost hypnotized. Here you are, if I may. May I read them, sir? Let them... of course, here you are. Janus takes a scroll and studies it. There's a long silence, and he slowly looks up at you. You meant very much to my daughter. She was willing to give up her life for you. I believe that is the case.
My journal.
Janus holds the scroll back to you. Thank you, sir. I appreciate your kindness. It's the least I could do. Perhaps there's something else you can help me with. Actually, I can help you with. There's a sensory stone in the sensoriums. It contains a fragment of your daughter's experience. His eyes blaze with hope. There is? But in which one? You must tell me. Well, it's unfortunately in the private ones. You should not be able to gain access because, well, you are a governor. He thinks for a moment. I must find a way. Perhaps there would be an exception made for me. If you wanted, I could speak to someone. I'm certain they would make an exception in your case.
Updated my journal.
If you could, I would be most grateful. I will see what I can do. Alright, and we have a lot of stuff that we want to pick up. Like, we couldn't even carry everything. We have a receipt for the guardsman. We want that. The guardsman of the... this we will put in our old room. These are quest items, which is why we bought them. A little bit ahead of time, I know. Kaleidoscope gem. Invokes chromatic orb when held. Special +1 to all saving throws, +1 to save for spells, and 5% resist to magic. Usable only by good characters. But it can be placed instead of my eye, and we do not really want the extra armor class. The extra skill trap bonus we don't care about, and the to hit armor class. Well, actually, we want to spell it up, so I don't really care. Thank you so much. Strange stone, but that immediately transformed into stone gullet of Lephile the Gross. Oh. Yeah, that is a lot of text about this item. Pause at your liking, but I've read through it all once before, and I don't want to do that again, and I don't think that is very proper material for this video and what have you not. I hope that this will give you enough of a read. Alright then, let's use it. Permanent +1 saves for poison and 50% versus acid resistance. Thank you so much. But there are also things on the ground. Dianora's ring. +1 to all saving throws, +1 to armor class, +3 armor class versus piercing. Usable only when the name is one. Well, I have the Twisted Ring and I have Matthias' Biting Ring. Well, the Twisted Ring is only 1 armor class. I will give the Twisted Ring to Ooh, no, no, no. You already have a better ring, I think. Yeah, the displacer ring. Please don't mistake this for anything, Anna. Voila, dodecahedron. We can store that now as we have read through it, and that is really good. We have extra heart charms, which I think Fallen Grace stores for us. Yes, for if she is in dire need of it. Actually, I should not do it because it gives damage resistances. So I should replace them with Dakon's charms. Voila. And then we have a Godman receipt. We would like to keep that. We have a healing scroll for powerful healing. And then Dianora's legacy, which we will read, of course. My love, if you are reading this, then the tragedy I have seen has come to pass. I have died, and you remain to suffer the loss. Know this, my love. I know why you were forced to shield your feelings from me. You sought to protect me from the terrible burden you carry with you. The distance you kept between us was your way of protecting me. In the brief moments when we were alone, and you let your feelings be known, that was when I knew you cared for me. Carry no regrets with you, carry no guilt. For I came with you on your haunted journey on my own accord, and no matter death came for me, I know that you did everything in your power to save me. Which I wonder about. Our lives are intertwined, my love, and death shall not be a wall between us. For my sight has seen what is to come, only in staccato segments, but it is enough for me to know that we will be separated for a time, or we shall be reconciled again. Thus do not see my death as a farewell, but only as an intervenal before we meet again. Carry my ring with you, and keep other pieces of me, and think of me. Keep me in your mind and heart, and that will be the beacon that brings us together. Forever, Dianora. Actually, you have seen her, so there's more power to these words than one might think. And as such, I am beginning to think that, well, my innocent flirting with Anna was a little bit inappropriate. I know the woman is dead, but if there's any world where that is not perhaps the final say on the matter, then it is the Planescape setting. Alright then. Splinter. We have a request if we may. I had some questions. There's a man called Iannis, whom I was hoping you would grant temporary access to the private Sensorium. And for what reason would we allow such a thing? Because one of the stones there contains a fragment of his daughter's experience. She died far from home, not having seen him in a long while. That he mourns her loss deeply.
Updated my journal.
Splinter nods, thinks for a moment, and nods again. Yes, we shall allow this Iannis to enter the private Sensoriums. Well escorted, of course. You may tell him his permission. My thanks. I will do this right now because I will otherwise completely and utterly forget like an old man that I have done so and will not get the juicy XP that we want for that. In some ways I feel like the Red Wizard from 8-bit D&D theater. And though I do like the old ones, I'm not very fond of the new type of way that have gone. But yes, I like XP and I would like to get it. Besides, I want to help this man who is lost for real. You see, Giannis, yes, they agreed to give you access to your daughter's Sensory Stone. Yes, I thank you, good sir. I am in your debt. It was no trouble, Giannis. Please, go see the experience of your daughter. I think they might ease your troubles.
Updated my journal. Alright.
Moreover, I think I kinda caused your daughter's death, so I don't think you are in any way indebted to me. If anything, I owe you a debt that will last a lifetime. And beyond that, see, I cannot die. I leave a mark, a trail of misery and sorrow. I would like you to escort me once again to the private Sensoriums. Because we have a chocolate closet. The mage's expression curls as he spies your approach. Unbelievable! You've chosen to curse me with your distasteful presence once more, you ill-conceived Ricky sort. He pauses, haranguing to eat a small peppermint. I pray you've learned yourself some manners. I brought you imported chocolate. As a gift. Oh, does mean your change innocent. Very kind of you, very gentlemanly. May I see? Show him the chocolate closet. He takes it from your hands. Oh, quite rare these are, and most delectable. He bites off a large piece and tucks what is left in his tunic. I had some questions. He frowns at you, licking the last of the chocolate of his fingers. Who told you to bother me with inane questions? He stares at you accusingly. Come now, what is it that you wish to bother me with? Or be gone! He fishes a mold ball from his sleeve and eats it. What do you know of Ravel Puzzle World? At the mention of her name, he swallows a candle he's sucking on with a loud wincing in pain. What to tell? Why tell at all? Such things, such tales are best left in dusty books in the attics of old men's minds. Evil, evil, such a name, and such dark tales swarm about it, like flies on a corpse. Just the same, I need you to tell me. I went and bought you a freaking chocolate of 200 golds. 200 copper commons, sorry. He rolls his eyes, plopping another candy in his mouth. She's a night hag, my boy, who came to Sigil. Oh, evil and cackles she was, alive with her shadow magic, ready to butt heads with the Lady of Pain. Balmy, balmy, balmy old hag. Only succeeding in getting herself maced, she is likely dead by now. Shadow magic? Yes, he seems uneasy about speaking of her. Ravel dabbled, or no, not dabbled, but excelled in all schools of magic. She knew shadow magics, magic of illusion and shadow substance, shadows, residues of dead things. And how may I find her? Why would you ask such a thing? Are you mad? What could you possibly want of such an evil creature? Never mind. She knows something about my past, okay? Doubtful. She was maced many centuries ago. Gone. Penned to the dead book she is. And even if she were somehow still clutching to her life with her black and bloody talons, why could she possibly know about you? If she wasn't the spitting image of cackling evil, that is, and wasn't even willing to help you. I just have to hope she's alive and will help me, alright? Just give me my answer. By the lesser 6 teats in her swollen tummy. What a flickering cunning of hope hurled into the howling winds of pandemonium that is. Flicker, flicker, whoosh. Don't be any more the fool than you need be. I must still seek her out whether she's dead or alive. Now will you give me the answer? So if she's dead, then she most likely is. And what is your plan then, may I ask? You have everything all figured out, do you? Quill is just blowing words out of his spits, nonsense, nothing. What do you plan to do if she's in the dead book, eh? Well, what do you think I should do then? The first brilliant question you ask me. Me? I think you should give up this clueless idea of entering mazes and chatting with night hags, and loop them back into whatever crypt you crawled out of. Makes far more sense than fishing off what a lady's anger is. Can you tell me how to get to your maze already, alright? Because that is not the plan I'm going to follow. Lunatic! Madman! Hello, Cove! Have you not listened to a word I've said? She's imprisoned in an interdimensional maze for trying to best the Lady of Pain. That means she's at least 10 times as barmy as you, and at least 100 times more powerful. She's also most likely dead. Dead, you know, tries dead. And if by some happenstance she isn't, she'll make you dead. Look, I understand. I do. But I really need your help. Can you tell me how to reach her or not? Quill goes quiet, chewing on his lips. After a moment he fishes around in his tunic for a mint, then plops it into his mouth. You're serious. Serious now. Why so serious, so baiter bent, so mule stubborn? He sighs. Well, boneless, clueless, die clueless.
Updated my journal.
All mazes have portals. This much I know to be true. A way in, a way out. This is how the lady fashions them. I do not know the portal, its location, or even its form, but I'm told its key is a piece of Ravel. A piece of Ravel? Well, if Ravel's mazed, then how am I supposed to? Then you'll have to make do. Find something that has Ravel taint in it, mayhap. This is all I know. Now, bother me no more about it. If you want to go pestering someone about something like that, go to the bottle of slating intellectual lust. When a lady there is bound to have met someone or knew something that will help. Well, my thanks for your help then.
Updated my journal.
Farewell. You. Full of Grace Brothel, you say? Well, we wouldn't mind paying that another visit. After all, it is such an interesting place, and I think it really is. Alright, let's loop in here. And let's find Ninny Nine Eyes, I think,
right.
Because she is the one that also always talks a lot. There he is, Ninny Nine Eyes. I like it when I close doors. Ninny, no, Ninny. Immediately goes for the door like, freedom! Yay! I had some questions. Do you know anything about Ravel Puzzle?
Updated my journal.
No, sorry, that's a great name though, huh? I'll bet she's a really interesting person. Hey, you should ask Ives about that. I collect all kinds of stories. Oh, that's right. Thank you, Nanny. I'll ask Ives.
Done.
Or Eves, the chill chaser. There we go. Actually, yes, I had a question. I can't think. Do you know anything about... Oh, what? Eves, you look familiar. Is your mother Ivana? If not, yes, but she and I no longer speak. Just I shall speak no more of her. Oh, sorry. I'll ask her then. Do you know anything about Ravel Puzzle? The tale of Ravel Puzzle, frightened of children, begins and ends with a question. What can change the nature of a man? I've heard that one before. Go on. Many were the times she possessed this riddle to those who approached her. She posed, not possessed, posed to those who approached her. Those who sought to glean from her the strange magics that she alone seemed to possess. All attempted to answer her query, but to no avail, and they found the price of their wrong answer to be some horrible fate, always more terrible than the last victims. To recount their various torments would be to speak of things that nightmares are woven of. Go on. The tale strikes me in this way. Ravel herself knew not the answer to this question, but she lusted for such an answer. Only the why of the matter remained in question. Why did the nature of a man matter to one of the Grey Sisters, especially one of such power as Ravel? It is said that she put the question to the Lady of Pain, not directly, but shouted it to Sigurd itself, daring for the lady to answer. When no reply was forthcoming, she wove terrible magics that threatened to open the cage and let the fury of the plains roll in like a wave. She received no answer other than banishment. To this day, no one knows the answer to Ravel's question, and now there's none one to petition, for Ravel herself is gone, lost to the plains.
Updated my journal.
I had another question I wanted to ask, but then wait, there's more. Though it ends with Ravel's demise, there are some that claim that the hag still lives. There's a silent prostitute here who once talked of such things, but she speaks no longer. If she would speak to you, she might tell you more of Ravel. And what else can you tell me about her? Echo? Eves frowns, thinking. I once heard a tale of a girl who knew the word that, if spoken, would undo the multiverse. Perhaps this is Echo. As to Laura, though, I understand she sometimes meets with one who knew Echo before she stopped speaking. Alright, we'll ask Dolora. Once again, it's time for an ABCDEFG quest. I had some questions. I already unlocked your heart, so... What can you tell me about the silent prostitute? Yes, her name is Echo. Her voice, and in fact her every manner of communication, was stolen and destroyed. Echo's words once wooed away the paramour of the godling Paramisha. Paramisha, in a jealous rage, tore away Echo's voice, sealed it within a crystal vial, and hurled it into a Megalogaladraga's mouth. More. Probably some creature, but I have no idea what a Megalogaladraga is. But alright, Echo's voice is forever lost to her. Only another new voice could be returned to her to the ability to communicate once more. I know this because I spoke to Paramisha's Parmour myself once. That's all I wish to know. Well, let's find Echo, who I believe in this chamber. Yes, she is, and everybody is standing in front of it. This is not good. Yo, Ninny, thank you. Hey, yes, thank you, Ninny. Greetings again. I would like to give you something. I need to ask about it. Do you know the word that will... No. What's your voice?
Updated my journal.
Do you know of any way to get your voice back? I need to know your name to ask about your voice. Is it... She shakes her head. I know your name to ask about your voice. Is it Echo?
My journal.
She nods, smiling pleasantly. Vow, I'll swear I'll look for a way to return your voice. Echo nods to you slowly, smiling at you with grateful eyes. I'll look for someone that will give you a voice.
Updated my journal.
Echo. And I actually already have that. I've gotten this fiend tongues for you. She raises an eyebrow and gives you a skeptical look. I'm told that should you place it in your mouth, you will regain the ability to communicate. She nods and takes a bottle from you. She gingerly picks out the severed tongue from the briny solution, and after staring for a moment in disgust, places it into her mouth. Suddenly your eyes widen and a burst of reddish light from between your lips. Are you alright? Echo opens her mouth, closes it, then opens it one more and speaks. I can speak again. Oh joy, I damn thee to the darkest pit of down, thou stench-ridden worm. Kneel before me in supplication, insect. Yikes. Echo yelps and covers her mouth with both hands. Her eyes are wide with panic. It must be the fiend's
Updated
tongue.
my journal.
She slowly takes her hands away from her mouth, nodding. It seems I must devour thy frail shell and consign thy soul to the abyss for all eternity. Thou shalt serve me in my battle thrall till the plains grind to a halt. Thou art mine. Echo shuts her mouth again and begins to softly, quietly weep. Wait. Try using these devil tears. They should soothe the tongue's curse.
Updated my journal.
She nods, smiling, and takes the vial from you. Echo places a view of the sparkling blue drops onto her tongue. I believe the tears are working. Yes, they are. I can speak in my own voice once more. Oh, how I thank you. Echo squeezes your hand and bows her head gratefully, her eyes welling with tears of joy. It was my pleasure to help. Farewell, Echo. I only do so because, well, it's time to end the episode. And in the next episode, we will talk to Echo, the last prostitute that we never ever talked to. I say I thank you for watching, and remember, great peril yields great beauty.